Hey, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. This is going to be episode 0 of a series of videos that I want to upload over the next year or so, just kind of detailing the progress of my group Ironman account. I've kind of wanted to do this for a while now. I said that I was going to start it back in February of 2025, but life kind of got in the way. The United States has been kind of hectic in the last year, and then I've switched jobs and just a bunch of different stuff. Um, I've kind of been putting it off for a couple reasons, so I want to get into that first and why I think now is kind of a good time for me to start and my kind of justification for it. So the big one is that one, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and every time I've tried to make a video or upload a video like this, I've kind of wanted to have really high production quality and, do a bunch of editing and make it really nice to look at and like listen to. And I'm not someone who likes to put out a weak or kind of shitty product. And so what I would end up doing is for each of these videos, I would, spend 100 hours recording footage or whatever, and then spend another 20 to 30 hours just trying to tweak everything to be perfect. And in the end, I just never uploaded anything because I can never hit the standard that I wanted to. So this is going to be kind of a compromise of where I'm just going to hit record, maybe do some light editing, throw everything together, and just upload it so I can actually kind of start to gain some momentum with it. The second reason is that whenever I first had the inkling to start this series, I was kind of close to the beginning of the account where I hadn't done a lot of the major progression points yet. So it was still kind of going to be one of those things where it was a journey that you could follow along with. But as that initial point got further and further to the left, I came to the realization that if I was to start the series at that point in time, it would kind of just be me, leveling up stats, which some people can find, interesting, but there really wasn't going to be a lot of major progression for at least a couple months. I mean, I've spent the last 6 months just grinding stats and maybe doing some inconsequential quests. And, I just didn't think that would be very interesting to watch or follow along with. So now I'm kind of at the point where I think that my stats and questing and just kind of the general account state is at a point where I can start to do more interesting content, do some PVM, do some more consequential questing, just some of those grinds that people are more interested in. So I think now's a good time to get started with those. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I know this is not going to be like a perfect video. It's just going to be kind of shoot from the hip, and we'll kind of get there when we get there, sort of thing. Yeah, with that being said, I kind of want to go into what my goals for 2026 are going to be. I've kind of broken this down into two categories, what my actual account goals are going to be, and then what my gear progression goals will be. At the current point in the account, I'm generally kind of far along with questing. I'm at about 220 quest points, give or take, I think. But I still have some big ones to knock out. I still have Song of the Elves. I still have Dragon Slayer 2, Sins of the Father, just some of those like kind of bigger ones. And I think that probably within the next 2 months I can get all those done. I know Song of the Elves will be done probably before the end of this month. I'm just missing some of the prerequisite skills. Like I think I'm one level away from 70 herb lore, and I'm 59 construction with everything that I need to get to 70 through Mahogany Homes. So that shouldn't be too big of a deal. But yeah, getting into the gear off rip. So this is in the kind of highest to lowest priority. So first up is going to be the Berserker Ring. This is just one of those things that I need to get. I don't have a lot of strength boosting gear. I actually just got my fighter torso last night as of recording this, so that was my kind of upgrade from the obsidian plate body that I've been using. But the Berserker Ring is just such a huge upgrade, and I feel like any time that I go forward from now is just going to kind of be wasted if I don't have that. So that's what I've kind of been grinding recently. I've done like 150 Rex KC, or I think almost 200 now. And I've gotten 7 dragon axes and a warrior ring, but no B ring, so that's super cool. Next up is going to be the Moons of Peril green log. This is going to be one of those things where it's just going to set my account up to do so much content. I'm going to have a pretty decent set of gear for every attack style. And I have some other goals that are going to kind of rely on these sets of gear to kind of carry me through it. I'm not doing great on the log on this one. I got a good feeling that this is going to be quite the grind. I'm at about 120 KC with only 3 items. I think I've got the Atlatl, the Eclipse bottoms, and the Blue Moon bottoms, and nothing else at 120 KC. The Atlatl's pretty good, but you know, I still need a lot of the other kind of like more consequential items. And that will kind of bring me in my next one. I really need the Eclipse gear so I can get into Tormented Demons. I've done about 40 KC. I did While Gothic Sleeps over this past weekend, went to TDs and realized that I'm only getting like, you know, maybe 7 to 8 kills a trip. I'm burning through a ton of prayer potions. It's just not sustainable for me to keep doing it with my current gear set. So the Berserker Ring, and from what I've been reading through the subreddit and the wiki, the Eclipse Moon set is really good to pair with the Atlatl and, you know, the Arclight. And then kind of learning the punish mechanics will take me a long way so I can get the 2 tormented synapses that I need. I'm going to go for the Scorching Bow and Emberlight, which will kind of be prerequisites for the next piece of gear, which is going to be the Zami Spear. Me and one of the GIM mates went duo at Zami a couple days ago, and it overall went well. We were probably getting 5 to 6 KC per trip, but at a 1 in 127 drop rate for the Zami Spear and a 4-person group Ironman, we probably want at least 2 of those to bring us into TOA to kind of fill that gap between the Arcan Blade and until we can get like Black Gem or whatever from TOA. We're going to really want those Zami Spears. And I think that if we're going and getting 5 to 6 kills a trip and we go even remotely dry, we're going to be hunting a Zami Spear for several months. So I think the Scorching Bow and Emberlight will put a lot of work in to shorten that grind out by quite a bit. After that, these aren't super consequential in terms of like, you know, hitting any major milestones or anything. These are just some of those things that I feel like every account should have, and that's the Serpentine Helmet and the Blowpipe. These are things that I just think are going to be great, especially whenever I'm getting into Vorkath. You know, obviously I'm going to go get my Vork head, and I love Vorkath just as a money-making boss. I have the Vorky pet on my main. We got like 600 KC. I'm probably going to spend a lot of time there on this account. I think these will really set the group up to, you know, avoid Venom in multiple different places and just kind of make things easier, especially in Monkey Room at TOA. So I think those will probably be low priority, but I'm going to shoot for those at some point, especially because Zora is just like kind of brain dead easy. And then up next, we have the actual account goals, and these are in no particular order of priority. I'm just going to kind of go for these as I get them. First up is going to be Questscape. I mean, this is just something that you should do on every account. It's going to, by the time you get Questscape, your account's going to be in a really good place. You're going to have a lot of great unlocks. So looking at it, I'm actually at 240 quest points. I've got about 40 to 50 quests left. Song of the Elves is a big one. Dragon Slayer 2 is a big one. Sons of the Father is a big one. I haven't even finished all free-to-play quests. I think I'm missing like Prince Ali Rescue. It's just one of those things I never did because I made dueling rings like super early. But once I hit Questscape, that'll be super huge, especially for the Lumbridge Elite Diary. And speaking of diaries, my next goal is the Achievement Diary Cape. This is one of those things where, I mean, I'm just going to be fucking rolling once I have this, you know, just all the benefits I'm going to get for it. And again, another one of those things that by the time I get it, my account's going to be in a really good place. For the Questscape, I'm missing just 70 Herblore and 70 construction, I believe. So that's going to be like, you know, if I wanted to tonight, I could probably bust that out like half an hour of mastering mixology and then doing some mahogany homes until I go to bed. In terms of the achievement diary cape, I am quite a ways away. I think the only stats that I've actually hit, according to the wiki, is attack, strength, defense, range, hit points, and hunter. I think the biggest blocker for this one is probably going to be 95 Slayer and 90 Herblore, just for obvious reasons. Herblore's so hard to do on an Iron Man, and I'm pretty fucking bad about doing my herb runs on a consistent basis. It's one of those things where I just kind of have to be principled with it and just knock it out every single time I can. And then 95 Slayer is just such a time investment. That's like one of those things where there's nothing really you can do. You just kind of have to grind it out. And that's a long grind. I think you can probably boost that from 92. But According to the wiki, actually, you can actually boost it from 90 with a wild pie for a Hydra kill. But even 90, I mean, that's going to be, several months. One of my GIM mates was designated as the Slayer guy, and we've been playing for a year. And just, as 4 adults with, full time jobs, he's just now coming up on 85 Slayer so we can get whips. So that's gonna be a grind right there, but eventually we'll get there. Next, I want to get a max POH. Just having all the teleports, having the restores, having the fairy rings, and the spirit trees in the house, having the altar, just all the teleports through the jewelry box. That's gonna be just huge. Not having to run to the pyramid in the desert every time I get a Dust Devil's task to change over the ancient spell book. That's gonna be super big. Um, After that, the ability to just kind of confidently complete 300 invo TOAs. I think that right now where our group is with our current gear, we could probably scrape through some entry modes. But if we want to get some purples, which we do, we're looking for fangs and light bearers at some point this year. We're just not going to be able to consistently do that with our gear. And we want to push higher invos just to save some time overall. And I think that getting the just being able to do those will, one, make us a lot of money, upkeep a lot of supplies, and it'll also just kind of be fun. I think one of the biggest things that kind of stops people from playing a lot of RuneScape is every single day they get home from work and they're just like, okay, I'm gonna go grind the skill for the next 4 hours, and then I'm gonna do this for the next 3 weeks, and then I'm gonna burn out and I'm not gonna log back into the game for fucking 6 months. I'm trying to avoid that, especially because 2 of our GIM mates are brand new to the game. This is their first account ever, and we weaseled them into playing Iron Man. So we want to get them into some fun content and make sure that they're having a good time, so that they kind of stay consistent with playing the game. Um, the last goal is just a few purples from Chambers and from TOA. I think ideally, obviously, we would love to get a Twisted Bow and a Shadow, but that's, I'm not going to hold my horses that high. I think what we're really looking for is a Fang, Fang or 2, probably from TOA. And then we're probably looking for Rigor from Chambers, and hopefully some, hopefully getting some BIS magic gear would probably be pretty huge. But yeah, that's kind of the overall account goals between gear and just kind of account progression stuff. I think that's feasible to get all this done within the year if I play pretty consistently. But hopefully I don't blow over that goal by too much. And then last is just kind of how I'm going to structure these videos and what the upload schedule is going to look like. I'm going to be upfront with you guys. I work anywhere from 40 to 50 hours a week. I'm married. I also have a son coming in March, our first kid. So I'm not going to say that I'm going to be uploading on a consistent basis. I'm going to temper your expectations right away. But I'll upload as much as I possibly can, catching a clip here or there. And it'll probably, sometimes I might just bust out a ton of stuff, and sometimes I might not upload for 2 months. That's just kind of the way it goes, unfortunately. But this is one of those things where I want to do, but I can't allow it to take priority in my life whenever I have kind of more important stuff to work towards. So, and then just kind of how I'm going to structure these things. I'm probably going to record, drops, any kind of new collection logs. I'll probably record some more consequential levels, probably any intervals of 10. So, your 70s, your 80s, or 90s. Quest completions. I think I'm going to record every quest completion, no matter how inconsequential it is. I think that's just one of those things. You only get to do it once. And once you have them done, that's the clip. And then, as you can probably tell, I'm a pretty yappy dude. So there's going to be an occasion where, something went on or something is going on, and I might just be fucking ranting while I'm at Gemstone Crab or while I'm doing agility laps. So if you don't, and I mean, that's going to cover shit. It might be politics. It might be fucking, media. Who knows? I get into a lot of fucking wacky stuff, but yeah, if you don't like that stuff, this probably isn't going to be the series for you. Yeah, with all that being said, that's kind of it. Hopefully you guys are, interested in watching this. I'm just going to try and, do these as much as I can. I think it'll be fun to, just have something to work towards and kind of keep me motivated. But yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in this, and I'll probably throw some progression stuff into the end of this video, maybe just so how serendipitous. I was on the phone with my wife. I just finished recording the last clip, kind of the intro thing, and my GIM mate gets a berserker ring. He already had one and he was just kind of grinding it for I don't know, whatever reason. But let's see here. Oh, look at that. Fucking berserker ring. Kind of upset that I didn't get this kind of upset I didn't get this myself, but you know, I'm not gonna turn my nose up to a free berserker ring. I think I mean now I'm just gonna go get it imbued and we're good to go. I'll probably go do that right after I finish this level at Herblore. Yeah, last night I got 70 Herblore. Today at work I did Sulfur Naguas. I went from 86 to 87, about halfway through that level now. I'm probably gonna go do some Mahogany Homes because that's the last skill requirement I have for Song of the Elves. And then probably after that I might shoot for 70 rune crafting, just because it'll be nice to have base 70s. But yeah, well, I'll be back. So I just got a Grave Robber random event. For the last like couple months I've been skipping any of these, but I found out recently that if you finish the clog for them, you actually start getting skill lamps from these guys. So I might just try and do these until I get all the clogs, and then oh god, do I even have an inventory space for this? How does this work? Oh no. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do all these and get all the clogs so I can start getting XP lamps from these guys. Dude, I might be fucking retarded, actually. This took me so long, my planks despawned. That was fucking hard, dude. Did I do it right? Okay, I better get something fucking sick for this. Oh, new mode. Let's see. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's all my teak planks made. I've got about 317. I don't know how much XP that is, but I mean, it ain't getting to fucking 70, that's for sure. So I'm gonna end up having to go cut more fucking teak trees or teak logs. I'll probably need at least 1,000. I don't know exactly how much these give per plank, but we'll give it a rip. That cost me like a quarter of my cash stack, so I might need to go make some money here pretty soon. Well, well, well. Fitting count check. Ooh, give me my lamp, dude. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I've still just been putting these on Herblore. 700 XP. There you go. Only 150 more of that. Well, no. 101 something. No. God, I suck at math, dude. I don't know. It's like 106. Fucking something like that. Till 71. Nice. I just realized I left my fucking plank on the ground back there. Better still fucking be there, dude. I went downstairs to go get a glass of fucking water. I'm gonna be pissed. Aw, man. Dude, I've lost like 6 fucking planks this video already. What the fuck? Alright. There's a 59 construction. Attempt to fix the broken bridge of the mausoleum. Is that? It's like up here, yeah? Yeah. This is for like a clue step. Oh, I mean, I guess that's cool. Nice. Alright. There's a... Should be 60 construction. There we go. Oh, 7 rooms wide and long. Ooh, a throne room. Oh god. Fire of unseasonal warmth. What the fuck is that? Okay. Yeah, I need to get a lectern in my house so I can start making teleport tabs so that I don't have to keep doing this whole like, I don't know. I've just been carrying around my rune pouch with like with a bunch of runes in it, which is fine. But once my house is a little bit more upgraded, I'd like to just be able to carry around tele tabs. Nice. Wait a minute. I just got a fucking Mahogany Homes task for Tau. I'm gonna go fucking fix the space communist fucking house. Not my fucking Imperium big dog.
The greater good is coming to you from my bolter, alien.
This one should be 61 construction right here. Nice. Cool. Nothing super interesting. 9 levels to go until we hit 70. Sick. Yeah, so this might be the last mahogany homes that I'm able to do. I've only got a couple of planks left. Got a few in my inventory and 10 in here. Uh, we'll see if this gets me the level, because I'm 3,100, almost 3,200 XP away. Uh, if not, it'll be pretty fucking close. I might just be able to start another one just to snipe the level real quick. Let's see. Oh my god. It's like almost 2 a.m., so I'm like basically dead. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think we're looking good, dude. I think we're looking good. Maybe. Ooh, maybe not. Come on. I think I'm gonna be like 100 XP short. Shh. Ah, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Alright, let's go. Let's just go get this level real quick. Alright, give me my freaking 100 XP. There we go. 62 construction, 31 rooms. I can do anything for sailing, which I haven't done in like. I did sailing like super. Like I salvaged basically to like almost 67, and then I like basically haven't touched it since then. I like sailing. I don't think it's too bad, but I don't know. I feel like you just have to go so out of the way to train it that I don't know. I haven't been able to find like the energy for it. But yeah, that's all the planks that I have left. I don't have any teak logs left either, so I have like 6 planks. I don't have any teak logs left. I'm gonna go check my miscellanea real quick and see if I have teak logs in there. And if I don't, then I'll switch it over and just start collecting those over the next week or so. But yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, let's. So I think what I can do. I think how do I manage my kingdom? Okay, hold on. I think I have to collect, check resource allocation. Okay, I have it on mining right now. I've been collecting coal, but I've heard that if before you collect it, you just switch it to whatever you want, and then collect. Wait a minute. Motherfucker. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, I guess next week I'll get a bunch of teak logs. I didn't even look at what I got either. Get out of your fucking Grimm's book. Fucking Jesus Christ, dude. Alright. Yeah, I think that's most likely where I'm gonna call this video. It's been like a week since I started putting it together, and I don't want to lose the motivation, so I'm probably just gonna edit all the clips together, drop it in. I want to, apologize for like all the audio issues that I had in this one as well. I'm still like trying to get all that figured out. I'm on the left side of the IQ bell curve, so it's kind of hard for me. Yeah, just wanted to thank everybody for watching. If you made it this far, yeah, I'll try to have another one of these out within, I don't know, probably by the end of the month. Well, I don't know. It's the 23rd as we're recording this, so maybe within the next like 2 weeks. Try to hit level 70, see if we can go do some Song of the Elves and some major quests. Yeah, just want to say thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you next time.